The analemma on a flat Earth. The analemma is a diagram showing the position of our local sun as seen as a fixed location at the same solar time, and its position varies over the course of the year. The diagram will resemble figure 8. In short, analemma is a map of our local sun's position every day at the same time. Analemma will show you that we are in the plane of existence, especially on our torus field. The analemma also represents our monthly and yearly conical circuit of our local sun, together with the moon, bound to the Tropic of Cancer to Capricorn. The yearly path of the sun, that what is between the tropics, cause our seasons, and all both powered by our electromagnetic field. And this is summer season, the spring season, then it is winter when doing the big loop, and the fall on a closer loop. Again, spring, winter, fall, summer loops. In short, this is what we are living right now. It's an electromagnetic bandwidth information where everything operates by the electromagnetism, like a resemblance of radio frequency. It's like a projection of holographic construct, like an organism. Our bodies are made up of cells, such as our lymphatic fluid and the blood. Our cell is the self. The lymphatic fluid is the ocean, and the mycelium is the nervous system. Just like the word humans means. You is a light spectrum, while man is manifestation. So it is a manifestation of the light spectrum. We are the electromagnetic holographic beings. That's why some people like Nikola Tesla call this a realm instead of planet, because we communicate through our energy and our auras. Power is always dangerous. It always attracts the worst and always corrupts the best. And the thing that could kill it is the truth.
Just stop right here and think for a second. I want you to take a good look at this video and ask yourself, why is this happening? What is going on? Why would an astronaut be training underwater? And why would an astronaut suit look exactly like a spacesuit? And why would the movements going on simulate the environment of them being in space if they're underwater? The vacuum of space is, well, an empty vacuum of space. So isn't that just a little bit fishy? Now this guy's really important. He's saving the world, and he's telling us exactly how he's doing that by simulating the environment of being in space by putting astronauts underwater. Pretty crazy. But of course, they're actually in space, and those heroic astronauts are training to go in space by going underwater. Isn't that pretty amazing? Is that a satellite? And do you guys remember that movie called Fly Me to the Moon? Now, can you remember what that movie was about? That's pretty interesting, isn't it? Now, I wonder why Hollywood would put out a movie like that. But anyway, this is just for entertainment purposes only, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. And the International Space Station is not underwater.
All right, buckle up, folks. I'm going to try to get as much information in here as I can. But this is the Chicago World's Fair of 1893. This is probably the most majestic photo I can find. Obviously, it's on 2 pages. But this is just maybe 6 buildings, maybe, out of the 200 on the 70-acre lot. And I want to zoom in on this one thing here, right here. What? Does that look new to you? Does that look brand new to you? No, it doesn't, does it? Does that look like fresh paint? No, it doesn't. So that's just the first thing I want to bring up. But I want to bring something to your attention. If you were to walk the whole thing, not just when I say this, I mean the whole thing, and go to each individual building, it would have taken you 3 weeks, okay? And you would have traveled about 150 miles, all right? That's insanity, okay? But also, now think about this. As I flip through all these pages, there's not one construction photo of any of this being built, all right? Now, if you research it for yourself, you can find a few, but very, very few ground up construction photos. No, it's just photos of, it looks like renovations and things of that nature. But definitely none of these big buildings, none of them. Like that one, there's 0 construction photos I can find of that. All right. Now, I have to go back. I'm sorry. I'd love to show you more. But from here to here is 65 foot. This is 40 foot. Supposedly made of plaster, gilded plaster, coated with brown gold leaf. But at the end, when it burnt down, there's no pictures of it being burned down. Zero. There's this description, if you look it up, that just describes it in epic detail. You mean to tell me you've got the technology to take pictures of this, but when the fucking thing burnt down, every photographer within 50 miles wasn't coming to take pictures of it?
Now I know I'm not the only one that noticed. When they launch these rockets, they never go straight up. They do a parabolic curve. And I think I know why they do that.
One thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go.
Now what does the Bible have to say about this? And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. Now the Hebrew word for firmament is rakia, which means an extended surface or expanse. Also, extended surface, solid expanse, or the vault of heaven or firmament regarded by Hebrews as solid and supporting the waters above it. Now the Bible tells us what the firmament's like. Job 37:18, hast thou with them spread out the sky which is strong and as a molten looking glass. Amos chapter 9 verse 6, it is he who builds his upper chambers in the heavens and has established his vaulted dome, the firmament of heaven, over the earth, he who calls to the waters of the sea and pours them out on the face of the earth, the Lord is his name. Has established his vaulted dome over the earth. So God has founded his vaulted dome over the earth, which is referring to God's firmament. Guys, I'm here to tell you, God's word is true. He wants a relationship with you and not a religion.
This is footage I've recorded myself of a recent plane journey. We're at an altitude of roughly 33,000 feet and we're travelling at speeds in excess of 500 miles per hour. And obviously all this is happening while the Earth itself is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. And then we're told that our planet Earth is going around the Sun at 67,000 miles per hour. Now one of the things that people comment when I go live is that they've seen the curve from an airplane. But you go and watch some footage of a high altitude weather balloon at 127,000 feet, there's still no detectable curvature. And when you watch interviews with real pilots, they'll tell you that they don't dip the nose to account for the curvature and stop themselves flying into space. They fly perpendicular with the surface, which is a plane. And it's interesting how we call these contraptions planes. We don't call it an air curve, do we? We call it an airplane because it flies over a plane. It's got a mechanical gyroscope which creates an artificial horizon, and it doesn't dip its nose to account for the curve.
Did you guys know that there are steps to becoming a flat earther? Kind of like a 12-step program, but more like a 5-step program. So, globe therapy session is what we'll call this. Okay, ready? Number one. Denial. Flat Earth is silly. They discovered it centuries and centuries ago that it was round. Are you dumb? Number two. Anger. They get so angry. They'll start to call names. They belittle. They can't talk about the flat earth because it, triggers them emotional damage. And they can't talk about it because it's simply too much pressure for them to manage. Number three, bargaining. Well, if the earth is flat, then how come we can't see all the way to over here? Or how come we can't see all the way to over there? And why? Why would they lie to us? Falsification is independent of replacement. And why? Why would they lie to you? The list is long. But money would be one of them. and to hide God, intelligent design, and how special you are. Number 4, depression. When you finally realize that you have been lied to your entire life about virtually everything, and you don't understand what you believe, and that you've been conditioned to believe it since essentially kindergarten. And number 5, finally, is acceptance. When you finally look into it with an unbiased mind and you set out to find that curve on your own, and you no longer accept CGI images given to you from NASA or any other government space agency, or anybody who works for the government, or any teachers whose job depend on the lie, and you no longer take CGI images, cartoon images are made and produced, as proof, you trust your own eyes and your own intuition and your own understanding of the earth. I mean, you can also couple it with the military documents, the CIA documents, the NASA documents, the FBI documents that all state that the earth is flat and non-rotating. And if you need those documents, just message me. I will happily get them over to you. I just want to do my part in helping wake you up. If I can wake up one person a day, then my job is done. Now, obviously, the earth is not flat like a pancake or like a pizza land. And if you hear somebody saying that, just understand that is a programmed response. You have been programmed to say that. A lot of the things have been programming. We have mountains, valleys, rivers, and oceans. Okay? So clearly the earth isn't 100% flat. So there you go. And try to understand, with these steps that you do go through before realizing that you have been lied to about everything, look into who funded our general education system, right? And then understand that the government is who controls all of the schools, the universities, the museums, the libraries, and everything is programming: the TV, the news, the movies, Hollywood, the music, even sports. It's all programming. They tell you what they want you to know. So you have to be okay with understanding that we have been lied to about everything. And then once you actually take the time and you connect the dots, after you go out and you find the curve for yourself with your own eyes, right? You think that, the boats go beyond the curve. No. Go get on a boat. Go out to the horizon. You will see it's just more water. The boats don't go around upside down around a ball. Okay? Neither do airplanes, neither do cars or trains. People are not upside down in Australia. Okay? I promise you. Get off the shoreline and take your time and go out there and look for it. You will not find the curve. It's nowhere to be seen. That's why all of these documents say that the earth is flat and non-rotating. And the only time that you ever see a curve is when Red Bull is doing some special event, right? Or Hollywood or NASA CGI or some other space agency shows you their CGI images, or people who jobs rely on the lie. They will show you this fakery bakery stuff. But understand, it's just an ideology. That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe in the Big Bang. They want you to believe that there are millions and trillions of things just like you out there in outer space, and that's not true either. There's just one of you. And you are special and you are unique, and they don't want you to know that. And they surely don't want you believing in God. They don't want you to believe that this place was created for you.
flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni, and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Eddie Alenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.